Hello, Rob. I haven't spoken to you in ages. What have you been up to?
Oh, hello. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, that's what I think. The world's gone crazy. I mean, since I've been sort of locked in my small abode, and just kind of had to, not been able to work for a long time. Yeah, it's been a bit weird. What about you?
Yeah, I was locked in a way, in a city of desperation by the tyranny of Daniel Andrews in Melbourne. He's the premier there, you see, and, we endured the longest lockdown in the world. So I pretty much just escaped that to a new life in a new city. Here's my story.
Is your book coming out soon?
Very soon, very soon. Still working on a title.
It sounds gripping. It sounds like something maybe Nicolas Cage could maybe be in.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like, he is the master of drama, and that was, definitely being locked in Melbourne was a drama. But, it sounds like we got lots to catch up on.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. It's good to be back. We've it feels like, has it been
It's been almost a year, I think, if you count...
What?
If you count the last episode being your, I think, March episode of when you were meant to do a marathon last year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, definitely wasn't crying about that being cancelled at all.
You'd have been a super spreader.
It was definitely one of the positives to come out of this whole shebang. Yeah, so, all right, should we, let's get cracking today's episode.
Let's go.
Welcome to the show. This is The Jam.
The Jam, tugging at your sleeve like the annoying little kid you wish you never had. Welcome with your hosts, Mark and Rob. The Jam.
So yeah, Rob, elaborate. How have you found the last year?
Okay. We went into lockdown in March last year, and at first it was kind of one of those novelty things. It was like, okay, I live on my own. That's fine. I'm not, not too bad. It was nice and sunny. I was sat in my little prison yard I've got out here. Don't really have a garden. Just sort of played a bit of guitar, just sort of chilling out, not really worrying about too much. But one good thing that came out of it was Man Cop and Seal just came out of nowhere.
It did. Well, that's it, Under pressure, diamonds are made. And I feel like if there was an award, which I'm probably sure there is that we're not aware of, we would definitely be nominated, or at least considered to be nominated for, a groundbreaking podcast cop comedy show. It's a very niche category, but it did come to fruition through the stresses of being locked down. But yeah, like you say, out of a bad situation, we definitely made good, I reckon.
Definitely, yeah. So obviously our podcast went from this sort of chat, didn't it, to the idea of Man Cop, and could we, I thought I'd give a bit of a background behind where it came from, really.
Well, yeah, definitely go for it.
Okay, all right. So years and years ago, me and a few of my friends were watching a football match or soccer, and so watching it. And at the top left, they have the score, obviously, and they have a little abbreviation of the teams. And one was Man, and then the other was Cop, because Man United were playing Copenhagen. And I was thinking, right. Man Cop. As you can tell, the game wasn't very, very exciting, so I was just sort of drifting away, and I was thinking, Man Cop, that sounds like some sort of detective or something. And funnily enough, I just messaged my mate, and he was like, I was thinking the same thing. So, it just wasn't just me. And so ever since then, and this is probably like, my God, this must be like early, like this year 2000, 2001, something like that.
Yeah.
And so a long time ago. And I was, so ever since then, me and my mates called each other Man Cop. It's one of those stupid things, and I came up with this thing, and the justice is just the beginning. As a line I've had for a long time.
Great tagline.
And it just, one of those things that, and I wrote a sort of movie trailer script, but unfortunately can't find that, which was annoying. But the idea was always there. My laptop's called Man Cop, and my phone's called Man Cop, and we called each other that. It's one of that. It's always been there. And then obviously this opportunity came along. We're like, I was thinking, and then obviously we chatted about this whole man cop idea, and then we're like, what we come up with we need a sidekick, and then obviously you came up with Seal, and it just fit, just one of those perfect sort of man cop and Seal, and I was like, yes, and I got really excited about it and wrote the theme tune for it, and I spent 9 hours because it just felt like you could just do whatever.
Well, that's it. When it's flowing, don't interrupt it.
Yeah, exactly. And, I didn't have anything, I didn't have to worry about, time constraints or whatever at the time, so it felt quite free. And then it just sort of happened. And then, obviously, we started to actually come up with the idea of what we're going to do. And it just, it was amazing. So it's a 20-year journey, and then all of a sudden it's alive.
Culminated in, exactly, on the internet, where all the good things are. But rightly so, like you say. So pretty much with the fact that we were kind of trying to base our conversations on things that would be happening from week to week, but obviously with the whole world being locked down, it was just repeating itself, wasn't it? It was just the same thing. How long is it going to go on for? Yada, yada, yada. And so, we had to diversify our portfolio of creativity.
Yes.
And so, you obviously have explained there the story behind that. And then I don't know, Seal was just one of those things that just popped into my head because, I don't know, all sort of cop shows, you got Starsky and Hutch, Tango and Cash movie, but still. So, there's always like this, I guess, with his name being Man Cop, like a double-barreled name, having just a one single thing after it sounded good. And Seal just sounded right, just sounded right. I'm not sure why, but, that's it was the universe, birthing the genius that is. And then 70s, I don't know, I think it just seemed right, didn't it, to set it in the 70s, just that, again, going back with Starsky and Hutch and stuff like that, that's what come to mind when you presented me with the idea of that,
I think, like you say, there's sometimes with not having just like the idea came up with a name for Seal and stuff, and the idea doesn't need to have sometimes just doesn't need a huge bloody massive backstory. It's just like it just fits, it goes with it, and it's you just never look back from there. So
that's it, mate. That's it. You just keep running with it. I still stand by the Lost method. Just make it up as you go along. And they were successful. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, having no clear ending, and then obviously massive cop out at the end, but. I don't want to get into that because I'll probably get angry and I get upset.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we don't need to. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a whole podcast somewhere dedicated to rewatching that show. And that was back in the day when you had, 25 episode a season or something. So not like now when you got a nice concise Netflix miniseries. You max out at 10 and that's it. You're done.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the world finally saw sense. I think we all just got sick of having to watch. Like some of the scenes must have been, they were just so pointless. Or the episode, just like, let's bore everyone to death. And do you know? I think it was that writer's strike. Do you remember when they had that writer's strike years ago?
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah,
and that really condensed things. And you're like, actually, we could actually, half the amount of episodes and get some quality over quantity.
Yeah.
But that's why we gone for the classic British number of episodes of 6 because I suppose technically 7, but it's that sort of thing because otherwise you end up just making episodes about saving a duckling from a drain or something.
Yeah, that's it. There's no filler like that here. Just solid quality. Sometimes. Half hour, sometimes slightly less episodes.
Yeah. So we don't conform. We make a show, and it is what it is. It's either 16 minutes or it's 27 minutes, whatever. There's no
exactly.
There's no So that was something that was one of the best things about the first initial lockdowns. I was just spending hours doing that and having a great time.
Yeah.
Learning how to make music for like a score for it and stuff. That was great fun.
Great job on that one.
Just being able to be silly and come up with these silly ideas, and obviously me and you are pretty good at doing that. So, trying to think for the year. Then I got a job. I had a job. I got myself because I couldn't work. Being a driver instructor, I couldn't work. So I had to. I got a job in. I think it was the beginning of June. I think around that time, I got a job doing the track and trace call center thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
Which was the easiest job I've ever had so it was a bit of a mess. They tried to set this all up. But anyway, I worked there for 6 weeks part time, and I answered one phone call. So that's the only bit of work I did.
The easiest money you've ever made.
It really is. It really was. And I just read books and played some games and stuff. So, that was cool. And I did some volunteering as well. I volunteered for this NHS volunteer service thing. So I ended up delivering prescriptions to people that were shielding. They weren't allowed to learn out of the house and stuff. So that was quite a cool little good deed I did.
Quite the Mother Teresa in your downtime.
I know. I just needed that tea towel on my head, and I'd have been away.
Yeah.
But I then, what was it then? I managed to. So I managed to, about I think it was the 4th of July, which coincidentally was the day that I passed my driving test 14 years earlier, as when we were allowed to go back to work. So that was quite cool. But then I had tickets to go to Ibiza a few weeks later. So we were in and ahhing, do we go or don't we go?
Do you
and then,
risk it?
Are we allowed to go? And then we were told we were allowed to go.
Will there be enough drugs still there? Who knows? Is it going to be the same Ibiza of what you remember? Yeah.
Wow, you just don't know what's gonna happen. So we were told we could go, so we thought, oh, sod it, we'll go. We've paid for it. So went to Ibiza. Everything was shut. So really, there was the hotel. I mean, the beaches were great. We still had a good time, but there was no clubs open or anything. And there was a few bars. We saw some cool sunsets and went on a speedboat, and that speedboat was hilarious. So we were just sort of drunk on this speedboat and led on the front of the speedboat, and it was so bumpy. We were getting thrown up in the air, and I cracked my tooth.
Jesus!
And that was mad. It was mad for a few days. But when we were out there, then the government decided you have to quarantine for 2 weeks when you get back. So
so they finally started bringing some measures in to reel it in. Okay.
Yeah. So I so when I got back, so obviously quite pissed off because I was at work for 3 weeks and then I had to have 2 weeks off. Well, it's effectively 3 weeks off work because I was a week away. 2 weeks off when I got back, so I had 3 weeks back off work, not doing anything, and then I was back at work. So that it was kind of. I'm glad I went because it was good fun, met some cool people, but it turned out to be a bit of a nightmare. It could have been worse. I mean, I got to go away, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, that's true. What I was going to say, it sounds like Ibiza's become some sort of nature reserve, like all the bars are shut and nature's reclaiming the land and it's flourishing. You're there watching sunsets, it sounds beautiful, mate. It sounds lovely.
It was, it was bloody beautiful.
Yeah. Well, while you were standing on the sandy shores of Ibiza, I was pretty much locked up under, the regime of Daniel Andrews. So, I've told you many a time about him. He's the premier of Victoria here in Australia. And, so, we went into our lockdown, oh, God, it was probably around the same time, maybe around April-ish. And, our cases just kind of kept climbing, but things were kind of okay, in terms of, their restrictions. And then all of a sudden, overnight, they decided to do a 180, and we were chucked in to full-on lockdown. Obviously restaurants and such are closed, takeaway only. But then we were put under pretty much house arrest because we weren't able to go even 5 kilometers from our house. So that's when, had a few weeks of that. Yeah, had a couple of the goes of making sourdough as you do, make your own butter. All the trends, all the trends. Discover what TikTok was, went real deep into boredom. And then came time to plan the great escape, mate. You've got your prison yard. I pretty much had a balcony. I was pacing that like it's Shawshank Redemption. And, and we pretty much were like, well, because we lived in Adelaide before, so we were just kind of like, we're gonna have to go back. But at this point, Daniel Andrews had his, and I quote, ring of steel around the city, apparently is what he was well, that's what he was calling it. Ring of steel. Wow. I know, it's ring of steel. I know, that's it. It's starting to feel very North Korean, I think the sister city of Melbourne must be Pyongyang. But Yeah, so we were just like, well, we kind of have to go. Like, it wasn't doing us any good to be stuck there. Like, we weren't working. And the difference being as well, like, you know, back in the UK, it's kind of like as a whole country, you're pretty much in the same boat. Whereas here, it was different. You know, it was just Victoria that was locked down. And, you know, like people in Sydney are living it up. You know, they're still down the beach, you know, licking windows and touching strangers and doing whatever the good free people get to do. And same over here in Adelaide. So yeah, we just were like, well, we're gonna have to go. And we pretty much packed our bags under the cover of darkness. Like, it was pretty much like escaping over the Berlin Wall. And we
It's like Mad Max, wasn't it? You were just in a convoy,
it was
like Mad Max.
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Yeah, it was like, escape from New York. It was insane. Like, we left at 4 a.m. and just, like, were driving, packed up most of our stuff that we could, and, yeah, just was driving, and we got to the point where we intercepted the Ring of Steel and pretty much thought, oh, okay, this is it. It's, you know, that's it. It's over. It's back to the CBD for us.
Thrown back into the ring.
Yeah, that's it. Getting thrown, bounced back off, you know, like a boxing ring, just bouncing straight back. And then in the end, we managed to get through because, you know, they were too busy. You know, there was a line of cars they were pulling off to one side, but thank God there was 3 cars they were dealing with. You know, 3 cars. So, you know, they're clearly overworked. But it worked out for us because, you know, we got through that Ring of Steel, and I'm alive today to tell that story.
It's like that that song, isn't it, by Queen? That sort of "Wanna Break Free." Surely had that playing.
Yeah, pretty
in the car.
much, mate. Pretty much. Well, funnily enough, as well, as we got through that checkpoint Charlie, we were driving past, and on the hill there was like this weird church. And there was just this huge crucifix that was lit up. And, you know, I'm not religious, but I'm sure if you were inclined, you probably would have been like, well, it was God's plan. You know, he was looking out for us. But,
God was guiding the way with the light of the Lord.
That's it. Illuminate the path to freedom. But yeah, so that was what happened. You know,
Wow.
we just left and then sort of figured everything out when we got here, really. Went back to, like, my partner's parents' house and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, that was my escape. That was pretty much my year, really, was mainly just stuck at home. And then the latter part of the year was, yeah, just getting out and setting up a new life like a refugee.
It's like, you know, you had the sort of real boring, quite a few boring 6 months, whatever you would in Melbourne, and then bam, it's like this mad, crazy, adrenaline-fueled escape to freedom.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, well, it was like, was it 5 or Goes West or whatever? Is it like that when you were like, is it that? What's his called? The Mouse, the film with the mouse in.
What's that?
What's his name?
The only thing I can think of is Rescuers Down Under. Or the
No. That's the sequel to The Rescuers, which I love that movie. But no, is it 5 or Goes West? The little mouse.
Maybe. I can't say I've seen that one.
Oh, well, that reference fell flat on its face, didn't it?
Oh, it did. Well, clearly I didn't do Lockdown right, because I should have seen that movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, crikey. Well, at least you made it out alive, and you made a better life for yourself out west. So...
Indeed, mate, indeed. So, yeah, things here they're good. Yep, everything's, you know, fairly normal as it can be compared to, you know, old Europe and such. But, yeah, but like you say, going back to... You know, we moved away from this kind of chat format because we realised what we like doing is stupid voices, really. I mean, that was pretty much apparent in all of our advertisements that we had running through the shows. And, I don't know, it just sort of found a new lease of life after Man, Cop and Seal. We, I was going to say, I guess we should explain a bit about Driving Minutes.
Oh, yes, yeah. So, obviously, that's the latest incarnation of the show. So obviously being a driver instructor myself, I thought, where's the gold mine, treasure trove of ideas and crazy characters that I've heard about or met myself. So we thought, well, it's got to be done, isn't it? We've got to do it. And then,
course.
I mean, Mark, we tried to think of a name for the driving school, and Mark was just, I think you said the only thing I could think of was obviously driving me nuts, you know, driving.
Yeah, so just like a really shit pun, a really obvious pun.
But it kind of worked, and then we kind of, turned it into Driving Me Nuts and sort of, you know, it's I don't know if I tell someone about it, it makes them laugh. So I mean, it definitely was the right choice, mate. So it was definitely
Well, that's good. That's good.
You know, I mean, it's one of those ones where sometimes you think, but then you can't think of anything better. You think, right, that's got to be the one then. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't be that. So, and obviously, coming up with the, thinking of the characters and stuff like that. And I don't really know where sometimes some of these characters come from, because me and you will just chat and just come up with some ideas, and we just it just snowballs, doesn't it? It just kind of.
It does. Well, with the, creation of Minute himself, I mean, it just kind of the only way you could, corrupt driving me nuts, I guess, is by having some sort of vaguely Turkish, Persian-sounding last name. And, of course, he was brought to life so creatively by yours truly there. So, yeah. And then in terms of, like you say, it just kind of snowballs... with Greg being an older, disgruntled gentleman, one of those kind of blokes you'll meet down the pub who's, seen it all, knows it all, done it all.
Yeah. I think also, it was one of those ones where you get, when you think of a driving instructor, you think of an old bloke who's, like you say, who's almost kind of just, why is he doing this job? He's just angry at people for doing things wrong. Why are you, that sort of stereotype of, that's what the idea that I thought. That's what I always used to think of as a driving instructor, and obviously that's not the case anymore. But it certainly makes for a good character where and Greg Lamb. It's a cracking name.
Greg Lamb, Greg Lamb. These are all very real people. These could all be very real. I'm sure there is a real Greg Lamb.
There has to be. I'd love to meet.
He might be a driving instructor. We're not sure.
I hope he's as cockney as Greg Lamb, and then
I hope so too.
Colin Crumpet, what a name!
Yeah, well, he's a bit of an oddball, bit of an outsider, that guy, isn't he? And he's just that sort of, I guess, like small town idiot in a way, but the lovable idiot,
Yeah, oh, definitely, a sort of almost a sort of innocence there, sort of innocent like a crumpet, I suppose. It's
yeah, exactly, full of holes, and just full of
crazy sort of sophistication and suave sort of is drips through the porous holes of the crumpet that he is.
Right, yeah. Okay, I thought for some reason when you said sophisticated, I just thought of a crumpet with caviar on it for some reason. But yeah. So maybe not that, not quite. But yeah, he's like a Devonshire cream tea that sort of sat in the sun too long. I think that's that's what I think of his brain.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Two great characters. So I think we're gonna actually be able to talk to those two. So coming up after the break is an interview with the main characters of Driving Minutes, Greg Lamb and Colin Crumpet.
Do you dream of being a model, but are held back by people describing you as frumpy, wonky, or potato-like? Then we want you. At Average Joe's Modeling Agency, we need average people to represent extremely average products. We cater for clients all the way from York to the former Yugoslavia, and your face can be on it all. We need models for mops, lawnmowers, paddling pool accessories, bathroom tiles, staplers, and yes, even plain white t-shirts. So bugger off, Beckham, and jog on, Angelina Jolie, because we need people like you, who might be considered funky looking or strange, to spruce up the everyday. We need people like Gareth Crawley from Birmingham.
It all started when I picked up the phone and called 1800 Average. Before I knew it, I was the poster boy for deck chairs all along the southwest coast. I can't go within 100 metres of a seafront chippy without being recognised, and that's what I call fame.
You can be like Gareth. Just pick up the phone and call 1-800-AVERAGE. That's 1-800-AVERAGE. Average Joe's Modelling Agency, where okay is just fine.
Welcome back to The Jab. In the studio joining us now is the two main protagonists of the amazing hit show Driving Minutes. So joining us is Greg Lamb and Colin Crumpet. Hi, fellas. All right, how's it going? Nice to be here.
Oh, hello. So yeah, we've got a couple of questions for you guys, and one that we would all love to know is, what was your first car?
My first car was an Astra Estate turbo diesel. It was a 1.7, and my brother got it for me for nothing. He was like, a bit of a wheeler dealer, and it was a right old tank. It was like one of those really old diesels, and it would like shake, and the gear stick, it looked like it had 17 gear sticks. It shook so much. It was a piece of crap, really was.
Right, wow. It sounds very unhealthy. And, okay, and Colin? My first car? Well, I didn't get nothing till a bit later on, you see. I'm more of a bicycle man, 2 wheels and all that. But my first car was a G-Whiz. First little electric run around in the city it was. None of that could...
A G-Whiz? You're having a laugh? That's not a car.
It is. None of that congestion charge for me, You were there in your bloody diesel, stinking up the place.
Hey, mate, hey, come on, oi. It's like one of those little things kids get at Christmas with, pretend, 4x4 like they're going down Miami Beach or something. That's rubbish.
There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I had a load of those when I was a kid for Christmas. Brilliant present.
Yeah, you can fit bloody, I don't know, you could probably fit an hamster in there, and that's about it.
Look, Greg, we're all trying to move towards being more sustainable these days, so, I don't see what's wrong there. I was ahead of the curve, is the way I see it.
Okay, guys, okay. I can see that's a bit of a sore point there, but thanks for that. So we'll move on to the next question. So, since the show began and aired, how's your life changed? Let's start with Colin this time.
Oh, well, it's been brilliant, isn't it? I mean, I was with the band and everything, Scrumping for Love going to #1 and all that. It's only just boosted us even more on the world stage. People are always coming up to me. They recognise me everywhere these days. I'm always popping into the shops. Can't go down an Aldi without someone giving me a deal all the time. I bloody love it. You know how I love deals and such. And, it's been great. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I went into Nando's the other day and got free piri-piri sauce on my chips, didn't I? Oh, it's brilliant being a star.
Oh, well done, Colin, for getting free piri-piri. Isn't it always free, you Wally?
Oh, no,
Jesus,
she said
what?
that she... Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, see what I mean? See what I've got to deal with, honestly. Well, okay, for me, let's leave this idiot aside.
Oh.
And his stupid band. Have you heard it? Oh.
Well, it's pretty big in Sweden, Greg. I mean, I don't see, what about you and your team? You said about you wanted a TV show, but, nothing's come of that yet, is it, eh?
We excuse me, we saved the frickin' world, yeah? Your music, I'm sure, if there were drowning cats or something, they put it on, yeah?
Well,
anyway,
no,
just keep quiet, will you? It's my turn to answer the question.
All right, oh, God,
So,
here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Adults are talking. So, since the show went on air, the phone's been busy. We've hired a receptionist to answer our phones, and we upgraded our equipment to find more, astro projectual presence around, haunted houses and castles and such.
Eh?
And me and Yvette Fielding, I'll tell you what, we're tight as a type thing. And, so things have been pretty good, actually. And, I haven't really missed being a driving instructor at all, actually.
Oh. Right, you and Yvette Fielding, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, you jealous, are you?
Yeah.
Jealous?
Oh, no, but, just saying. I mean, she's a very famous woman. I mean, I'm sure she's hangs out with a lot of people, I don't see why you're so special or anything. Well, yeah.
Well, I don't need to explain myself. I know we are tight, all right? You and your bloody piri-piri, mate. That's your best friend, isn't it?
Well, look, there's nothing wrong with a love of Portuguese sauces, Greg. I'm quite, rounded around my culinary palate. And, maybe you should do yourself a favour and move away from the, the chips and curry sauce all the time, All I'm saying.
I got an idea for you. Why don't you move to Portugal? Do us all a favour.
And maybe I will. That's actually the second highest selling country for Scrumping for Love. So, maybe I will. Eh?
Well, if guys, because obviously we're on radio, you can't see. I've got my fingers crossed.
Can we? Yeah. Sorry, are we going to be here much longer? What's going on?
Oh, just a couple more questions. Some people saying the demonic elements of the season finale was fake. How would you respond to that?
Well,
Fake.
Greg, you're quite vocal. Will you go first? Sorry.
Oh, well, good. Well, how fake? I can't believe it. What? I mean, look, just because there wasn't a camera there, there was just a microphone, doesn't mean it was fake. You can't fake things like that, you know what I mean? It was absolutely insane. And, you know, you just weren't there, were you? It's like, I know finding out what those guys from Dharma were all on about when they say you weren't there, because it was, I mean, Colin, tell them.
Well, no, look, I mean, you know, Greg and I do have our differences, but he is right, you know. I was under their spell, you see, you know, but Mrs. D and everything, well, of course, she turned out to be a demonic demon from the 7th or 10th circle of hell, or whatever it was. And, yeah, you know, I think that most people will look at it and say, you know, it's a load of old codswallop, if you excuse my language. But... you know, I would say to those people that, yeah, they weren't there and, yeah. Well, actually, I mean, come to think of it, there was that pie that everyone was eating and, well, I don't know, you know, I mean, I did my fair share of, you know, naughties and, well, I don't know. Actually, maybe the pie had something to do with it.
No, hang on a minute. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Look, Colin, don't...
Well, you know, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here and just see it from both sides, you see.
Well, you've got too close to the devil already, mate, so I think you should just chill out here. You dragged us into that, and me and my crew, we basically saved the freaking world. So all I'm going to say is, to that question is, you're welcome.
Right, well, you know, there was all that damage that we didn't really clear up after all that, you know, and... you know, come to think of it, yeah. Actually, yeah, maybe we should just leave that one to bed, shall we? Well, just one last question for you guys and you'll be out of here. So we wanted to know, if you were going to start your own Top Gear-styled show, who would your third presenter be? So, you know, we've got Colin, Greg, and who else are we thinking? Greg?
Well, yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, right, oh... okay, yeah, I mean, she's quite nice, isn't she? Oh,
She's bloody lovely. Yeah. She's amazing. She's, like, beautiful, really clever, really good at martial arts and kicking people's heads in. And she can act something proper. So I bet she could drive a car well good. If not, I can teach her.
Right. Well, I was thinking, oh, God, blimey. Third person. We can only pick one, can't we? What about Paul Daniels? He's pretty good, wasn't he?
Paul Daniels.
Keep you entertained, you know. Between the shoots, do a bit of magic and all that. I love a bit of magic. You don't get much of that on TV these days, do you?
Paul Daniels, of all the people, Paul Daniels.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't pick someone who could stare at their arse.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
Yeah, we all know what you were thinking, Greg. I mean, look, it's 2021 these days, and, you know, people have rights. And it's my right to pick Paul Daniels, all right?
Yeah, well, that would be one lame bloody TV show, wouldn't it? You two, bring on about Debbie McGee.
Well, I mean, now there's a woman, you know. Debbie McGee.
Look, this is what I've got to do with. It sums him up, right? His name's Colin, for one. Secondly, he had a G... Excuse me, I'm talking. He had a G whiz... and he picked Paul Daniels.
Well, look, you know what I'm saying is maybe he could do his favour, make you disappear. Yeah, think about that.
Yeah, all right, yeah, all right, yeah. What in it? Well, this is ridiculous. I'm off. This is stupid. Okay. I can't handle this anymore.
Okay. Oh, and he's gone. Yeah, good riddance to you. So, you said there was going to be some biscuits, but seems like it's only tea. Any chance of a hobnob?
Get the huge new book by Jeffrey John Science. Titled, Is Science everywhere? The book takes you on a journey. A journey through space. And by space, we mean just space. Ever wondered about science? Where it is? Has it surrounded you like a tactical SWAT team ready to shoot facts in your face? Well, look no further and buy this book. And find out where it is. A book like no other, written in the stars. The Daily Mail are calling it insightful, yet insidious. Neil deGrasse Tyson says it's a prime example of a failed education. No one reads magazine was blown away. This book is explosive, but it's possible reread a different book. Exclusive foreword from the man himself. Hiya, it's me, Jeffrey John Science. I've got a new book out. It's called Science is Everywhere. Oh, is science everywhere? The book includes a foreword from the critically unacclaimed author. Yes. The book is available from all unknown bookstores from around Greater Manchester and Blackburn. Hang on, it's supposed to say science is everywhere. Oh, flipping heck. What are we gonna do? Guys? Oh, Sarah?
And welcome back. That was quite the eye-opener. But now, actually, we have a message from another special guest, Jeffrey John Science.
Hiya, it's me, Jeffrey John Science. I'm just talking here. I'm just on my way back from Mars. I'm going to be on next week's show, so I'll just sort of give you a quick message to say I'll be escaping from me depression just in time for next week's show. And I'll be telling you all about my trip to Mars, so make sure you tune in. Ta-ra!
Jeffrey John Science there. What a character, eh? What an actual character.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet him, actually. It's been, he's always been sort of an arm's reach, but we finally managed to get him on the show, so...
I know, we tracked him down. I mean, yeah, it's a long way to come back, but we got him, We couldn't get Brian Cox, but, we got the next best thing.
Yeah, I think, and I know that Brian Cox hasn't been to Mars, so I think we should get some real good insights into his journey and a general outlook on life, because, he is the personification of science.
He is, mate. It is everywhere, as he says. My mantra now. That is my mantra. Science, it is everywhere.
Yeah, the things he comes out with, it does make you think, when you think about space being just space. It really does.
Well, that's it, These are the things that people just take for granted, I think. At face value, they just seem like utter nonsense. But when you really think about it and delve down into it, you can see, you get a little peek of the genius, I mean, look, Einstein, Galileo, they were all called nutters for their time. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. They were mainly called heretics, but, same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think the genius is in the simplicity of it all. When you look past the facade of intellectualism and you look into real simplification of things, it really does actually make you think more, makes you think inwardly and look at the world in a slightly tilted approach.
Definitely. Well, I do look forward to that. But yeah, I think we've pretty much covered all our little points that we wanted to discuss this episode. And anything else you would like to add, Rob?
No, I just think I'm looking forward to next week's episode. And it's been nice to recap the last year, really, because it's been so long since we had a little chat.
It has.
And it'd be nice to see where it goes from here, really.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's it. Watch this space. And tune in next week for Jeffrey John Science. But for now, we leave you with our final thought.
It's the final thought. Just think about it.
Who left that window open? What are you still doing here? Oh yeah, we're not doing that anymore, actually. Sorry. Bugger off.